Welcome to mission number 14, Deep Sea Nullify Threat. Skipping the cutscene does not matter at all here. Now, the start of this mission can be pretty scary because the enemies up ahead have body armor. So our Falcon 2 with only 50 bullets is not going to accomplish very much. You basically have to get headshots. Now, we do also have a shotgun with max ammo, and that might sound useful, but it really isn't. The shotgun is extremely unreliable. It's basically only useful at point blank range, so we're not going to get a lot of value out of this. What we will get a lot of value out of is that ancient wisdom. Whosoever holds the Farsight shall deal all the damage. MVP Elvis one-shots everything with this gun. He's extremely powerful, and we're going to let him carry as much as possible. But we still need to help him out a little bit, because the enemies up ahead are also cloaked. We can see them with our infrared scanner, but Elvis cannot, so we're going to have to help. Alright, here's the plan. We're going to make sure the store is freshly opened and run it for the next one. And then we're going to wait for Elvis to get close, but not too close. We want him to get to about that grate there. When he does, we're going to turn, we're going to open the door, and we're going to back strafe. We're going to try and race back to the other door for cover, while keeping our eyes more or less on the action. Elvis seems to perform a little bit better that way. We're going to hope Elvis gets a few quick kills, and then we're going to try and pick off the rest. So here we go. Open the door, strafe back to cover. Looks like Elvis got one quick kill, that's great. Now we're going to hold here and try and pick off the enemies as they come in, using this door for some cover. It might be tempting to crouch here to steady your aim, but I do not recommend it. Crouching tends to bring Elvis's head into your line of fire, and that's really bad. Elvis is very tanky. He can take multiple shotgun blasts to the face and just shrug it off if enemies are firing. But if Joanna is firing, a single bullet from any of her guns will kill him immediately. So we need to be very careful there. So we'll try to pick these guys off. There's one down. Okay, one more. Okay, that's great. We got all three of them before the door closed. That's ideal. If the door closes before they get into the room or before you kill all three of them, then you could be in a bit of trouble because they might be waiting, like touching the door on the outside, just waiting to bleed you as soon as you open it. If that happens, you're going to want to switch to your shotgun, try and spam open the door, maybe get eyes on him or something. Maybe make sure you're on the sides. Hopefully Elvis gets their attention first and they shoot at him, not you. And maybe blast them with the shotgun as soon as the door opens. If they're not at the door when you open it, then you might want to just run back to cover again, and hopefully Elvis will protect you. Moving on, the next couple enemies. There's an enemy way out here. If you're careful, you can get a headshot on him before he notices you. So we're going to inch out here very, very carefully. There, that's his head, just barely. It's very easy to take a step too far and aggro him. If that happens, you're just going to run back to the door and use it for cover. And then we'll fight the other one instead. Here. Take out this guy. Nope. Gotta get a little further out. Good. As soon as you shoot him, the other guy will notice. There's one more. We're going to run back here for cover. There he is, way out there. He's trying to snipe us with the shotgun, which doesn't work so well for him. The enemies often pause for a moment when they stop moving before they shoot. So you can use that moment to headshot them. And if he gets close enough, then you can just hang back and let Elvis do the work. You're fine. Now, if you do aggro this other guy instead, take a step too far here and he gets and he notices you, fall back to the door and fight him the same way. And then this guy probably won't be aggroed, so you can crouch down over here and get a headshot on him instead. Regardless, with that done, we're going to move up for the next 4. There are another 4 of these cloaked shotgun enemies. And through the next couple doors. But these guys are a little bit easier, because the doors are much closer together, so we can get back to cover faster. So once again, we're going to let Elvis carry, position him in the middle, open the door, get back to cover. Elvis killed 2 already. Now we're just going to kind of stay here until Elvis is done. There's at least one more. Okay, great. I think we've killed 3 now. There should be, yep, there's one more. Okay. And Elvis got him, great. So we didn't see the derping that time, but frequently the enemies, when you're standing over here, they'll kind of be derping out at that corner, just kind of running back and forth, in and out of view. If that happens, you can just take out your shotgun and just start blasting at them whenever they get into view. It might take a lot of shots to get any damage done, But you can just keep doing that for as long as they derp, it doesn't matter. We have basically unlimited shotgun ammo because we're not going to use this weapon for anything else. So you can just spam bullets at them when they derp over there, if they do. Anyway, we're done with the IR scanner for now. And we're done with the cloaked enemies. So now we're going to move down here and take out these guys. We want to kill the next 3 enemies ourselves. Elvis does not perform well on this ramp or around this corner. He really struggles with that. Most of his shots will hit the wall or the ground. So we're going to fight the next 3 before we go back to letting Elvis do all the work. Where are you going, dude? Yeah, see? Oh, he did get him eventually. Yeah, see how his first shot hit the wall? He struggles with that. It looks like Elvis picked off another one. That might have been a clone. There's some enemies down here in this next area. And sometimes they will spawn clones to come investigate when they hear this firefight. So you can never quite tell exactly how many are going to be in this next section. So never ever assume that it's entirely clear. Usually we'll see a patroller coming through here. You can just shoot him in the head when he appears. But that might have been him that Elvis just killed. So we might be clear now. Not sure if that was the real one or a clone. So we're going to proceed cautiously. I think it might have been the real one. He should have been here by now. Okay. So now, once again, Elvis will carry. Elvis will do everything. We're just going to position him in the middle of the door, hide behind the wall, open the door, and let Elvis do all the work. He is the true MVP. Killed one, there's probably going to be another. Just keep him in where you can see. Move up bit by bit. Oh, there it goes. Good work, Elvis. Elvis is also very useful for figuring out if there are enemies around. He will notice them and aggro immediately if they come into view. And so that can tell you if you're in danger or not. If he's just standing there, then you're probably clear. Okay, once again, we position Elvis in the middle, hide behind the wall, open the door, let Elvis do all the work. As long as he's got the Farsight, he will carry. Okay, that might be all of them. Elvis isn't aggroed on anything, so we're probably clear. Excellent. Open the final door, and now we're going to move over here. Once again, we will position Elvis in the middle, just kind of push him out here. Right into the middle of this hallway. Come on, Elvis, there you go. And then we're going to crouch so the enemies can see us. There are 3 enemies in here, 1 white cloak guard and 2 red overall guards, but all with CMPs. We're going to crouch so they can see us. Now they're aggroed. We're going to hide behind the wall. They're going to run around a bit, and probably Elvis will kill all 3 right now. We're just going to wait for a bit and see what happens.
I'm doing this for your own good.
That's 1 kill. 2 kills. That might be all. So it looks like Elvis got 2, but not 3. That's okay. Okay, so we got the white cloak guard. That's good. If these enemies don't get killed by Elvis, they will take up positions ready to fire on either side. The white cloak guard will take up a spot right there, and they will all pre-fire at you, so you don't want to just race out here. You want to lean. Yeah, the white cloak guard would be there. The red overall guards would be on either side. One would be over here. There he is. So lean to bait his shots, take him out, and the other one would, if he wasn't already dead, he would be standing right there. So, there we go. Once Elvis steps foot in that room, he's going to go do the first objective, and we're going to run. We got to move quickly now, because 2 cloak guards will spawn right here as soon as Elvis completes the objective. We want to be long gone before that happens. So we're going to sprint and get to here where the enemies cannot chase us. And now we get the Farsight. So now we get to carry. And at this point, pretty much the only way to fail the mission is to accidentally shoot Elvis while you're looking through the walls at distant enemies with this gun. It's very, very effective. snipe everyone. There are 3 enemies in this first part, 3 more in the next part. After a while, you kind of just get used to looking through the walls with this gun, finding the enemies, pick them off. Just make sure that Elvis is nowhere near your line of fire when you're doing this. With all 6 of them down, we'll just sprint through this area to the next portal. Okay, here we go. And once again, make sure Elvis is nowhere near your line of fire. And then we'll do it again. Pick off everything from ultra long range through the walls. The glory of the Farsight. And once again, you kind of just get used to this after a while, figuring out where to go, where to aim. When in doubt, follow the corridors one by one. Blow that up. That will cause some enemies to aggro. Pick them up as they run through. The Farsight does fire very, very slowly, so it's kind of annoying when you miss. But with a bit of practice, you can pick those guys off without any real trouble. Make sure you don't forget any of these auto guns. They might be easy to miss if you're looking for the little guys instead, especially this one. And they can end your run. So basically, as long as you don't forget to shoot anything here, you're fine. Where is it? Okay. Objective's complete. We just gotta open a couple more doors. Pick out this guy's too, because why not? Though I don't think he's in the way. And now we just gotta open up this final door, and then we can just sprint through again. Now, it is important to do all this sniping from back here at the start, because as long as you're in this room here up ahead, enemies will spawn constantly. So we don't want to spend any more time than absolutely necessary in this first room. So now I'm going to switch to CMP and the IR scanner. IR scanner makes it easier to spot the little guys if they do appear, and the CMP is much better for the Farsight, picking them off at close range. So we're going to sprint through here. An enemy should spawn. Elvis will probably kill it. Just make sure he's okay. There we go. With that dead, we're going to run. We shouldn't see any more enemies, but if we do, we're ready with the IR scanner and CMP. Yeah, we've already killed everything in this section. I don't actually know if any additional enemies can spawn in any of these rooms. I've never stuck around long enough to find out. I've certainly never seen one sprinting through this area, so we're probably fine. Okay. Next section, we're going to switch back to the Farsight. And remove the IR scanner here. Crouch in this corner, very close to the door. Make sure you're close enough to be able to open the door. And we're going to pick off one of these guys. Just be very careful. That's Dr. Carroll behind him. Do not shoot Dr. Carroll. That will fail the mission. So kill one, but do not hit Dr. Carroll. And then the other one's going to open the door. We can kind of spam the door closed until we can aim at him. Hit fire to kill the final guy. And now with the door closed again, there's still those 2 cloaked guards we ran past before. Now we're going to find them and pick them off. Once again, make sure Elvis and Dr. Carroll are nowhere near your line of fire. And now we're going hunting. So there's Dr. Carroll. 2 guards should be out here somewhere. They can shoot you through this gap, by the way. That gap there. So you don't want to go out in that room yet. Not until they're dead. Now let's see if we can find them. There they are. 1 down. 2 down. Okay, that was quick and easy. Sometimes they will spread out a bit. They might be hard to find. You might have to search through this whole section. It can be a little slow if they don't cooperate very much. It's usually not too bad. Okay, that done. Now we just have to basically race to the finish. Wrap up this objective real quick. Switch back to CMP. We are on a clock here. We have 1 minute to escape, but that's really not tough at all. There are only 3 enemies standing in our way now. And they're all through this door. So I'm going to go up to this door and crouch with the CMP. I'm going to make sure it's not on lock-on mode. That can really bite you here. I'm going to open the door, Try and pick them off as much as possible. If they get too close to the door, we can just spam the door closed in their face again if we need to, but we probably don't need to go worry about that. So here we go. 1 down, 2 down, 3 down. Easy. Alright, that's a wrap. We're just going to sprint to the end now. And then we have to watch an unskippable cutscene. And that's it. GG. Lots of explosions. Next mission. Let's go.